Light. Decay, decay, decay.
Hi guys, and for today's video, I'm going to give you my episode 19 review of Kamen Rider Gavv. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. Okay, so the episode opens up what happens last time, where Ram is almost about to kill Hanto, but Shoma shows up and then he manages to, escape with Hanto. But Ram is like, just thinking about how they escaped and that he must escape as well because, Longo's, minions, are, looking for him or at least found him. And we eventually cut to, the villain's, main base of operation, and we see Longo and Glota just talking about the new mysterious, Kamen Rider that, that appeared, and we see Neville trying to act, all nonchalant, doesn't know anything, saying humans are truly interesting, and of course, him being smug hides, his smugness. And we eventually cut to, Shoma is at, Suga's lab, and eventually, Suga shows up, and then he, eventually Suga patches up, Hanto, just make sure he's doing all right. And eventually, Suga and Shoma talk, and eventually, Suga's like, well, we met before, and Shoma's like, oh, you're that, weird guy. And then Suga's like, yep. And he's like, let me offer you some coffee. It'll be my treat. And of course, Suga being that, foreshadowing some evil stuff going on, he takes a little bit of Shoma's hair from his jacket, from Shoma's clothes, I should say, foreshadowing Suga's next experiment / project. And then we eventually cut to, Shoma going back at the handyman workplace, and then eventually talks to Satsuki, and Satsuki is like, well, I'm just glad that, the Kamen Rider stopped, that, bird monster. And she eventually asked Shoma, did they save, the boy? Did they save that teenager? And eventually Shoma, realizing that he couldn't find that missing teenager, eventually lied, saying that, yeah, they found him. So Satsuki being happy about this, she's being happy, but Shoma's, being all sad and, and a little bit, disappointed that he couldn't, find the missing teenager on time from the last episode. And so he goes back to, the place, where the people were taken. And so he uses his Gochizo to, ask them to find, the more missing people, or at least try to find that missing teenager. And eventually cut to, Kamen Rider Ran, or Logo 9. That's his designation number, or at least I guess his name. So Kamen Rider Van is, looking on his, Granute phone and, searching up, some stuff. And eventually he gets a message, a broadcast message from Longo's, minions, saying that, another Granute hunter, or at least another Kamen Rider's on the scene. So be careful and continue to, capture humans. And then we see, Kamen Rider Ram or Logo 9 is, just talking to himself about, about this information, but also he's searching on, his Granute forums or Facebook message forums or whatever you want to call it. And that he's, saying, well, time to capture more humans for Neville. And it eventually cut to, a office building or a school or a college. And, eventually, Vran / Log 9, eventually, does his job, and he's capturing humans. And we see Shoma, Gochizo, eventually tells Shoma that, that Kamen Rider Ram guy's, back, and he's capturing more humans, and that, Shoma goes to that, place, college, or is it office building? I don't know I forgot what it is, but basically it's an office building or a college. And he's basically, capturing humans. And eventually, Shoma meets, up with Ram. And eventually, they exchange a few words. And they henshin and they start to begin a fight. And the fight started to be even. And eventually, Ram gets the upper hand. Shoma tries his best, try to, at least outsmart Ran, but it's not working. Eventually Ran, says, "You killed my friend. Tell me, did you kill my friend?" And Shoma's like, "What?" And eventually Ram's like, "Don't play dumb. I know you killed my friend," he said. And eventually, Shoma's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Eventually, Ram gives his whole backstories to Shoma, or at least a brief backstory about it, him and his friend, other grand new friend. And eventually he finds out that once, his grand new friend didn't return, he finds out that his friend died, and apparently Shoma killed him. But Shoma's like, "I didn't kill them, I swear." And, Ram was like, "That's bullshit." Or at least he didn't say that, but you get the point. He's sort of like that. But basically, Ram just basically kicks the crap out of Shoma. But eventually, Shoma, tries his best. And eventually, Shoma does get, a few hits in. But eventually, Shoma, does some, heroic speech and just says that we should be on the same side, looking for the truth as well. I didn't kill your friend. I know that we can work together to bring you justice, to bring some closure or something like that. But basically, Ram is like just all dumbfounded. But eventually, Shoma eventually, gets away, and Ram, gets away as well. But Ram thinks about Shoma's words, and, Ram just, the episode ends off with Ram just, thinking about Shoma's words and about how he didn't kill his friend, and that someone else probably killed his friend, and that they should be on the same side, and that, they should, work together and, try to, unite human and Granutes, or try to save Granute people or something like that. And eventually the episode ends off. But holy crap, we got a little bit more of Kamen Rider Van's backstory and why he became a Kamen Rider and why he, joined Neville's side of, things. And we also get to see more of Suga, being Suga and being, being a secret, spy for Neville, and basically being a villain as well. And also, we see foreshadowing for our next Kamen Rider that will be introduced in the later episode, but also later Suga's, project as well. But overall, this was a pretty solid episode. I really, enjoyed the episode. Really enjoyed the, character interactions. Really enjoyed Ram. Really enjoyed, the fight scenes. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for my review for Kamen Rider Gavv episode 19. I hope you guys like and enjoy my review. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Stay tuned for more Transformer videos and Tokusatsu related videos on the channel as well. And stay tuned for more reviews of Kamen Rider Gavv and more my upcoming reviews of number 1 Sentai Gojuger as well. And I'm still working on my video about Gundam G-Quack, so stay tuned for that as well. But just stay tuned for more non-Tokusatsu content on the channel as well. And yeah, make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.